Alright, so after Roblox being down for the last hour, the brand new Dusty Trip update is finally here. The game basically almost reached 600,000 players. And if you guys have been watching my videos for the last 2 days, then you probably know that there is a lot of brand new vehicles with this update. Taking a look over here, you guys probably are already in progress on trying to complete the season pass because, well, a lot of these new vehicles are inside of there, including the helicopter, the Phantom vehicle, as well as even the G-Wagon, which I don't exactly know what it's called. I think it's like a Royal something. But if we come over here to my garage, I have every single one of them available for you, including the helicopter and, of course, the Stinger, which was available if you were inside of the game before the update went live. We're going to check every single one of them out in today's video, starting off with the brand new Phantom. This one is obtained by completing the very first wave of the season pass. If you aren't aware, in order to basically get all of the rewards, you need to complete the season pass a total of 5 times. Once you complete all first 35 levels, this will be your final reward. So let's transition in game and check out to see what this looks like. All right, so here we are. I've gone ahead and pre-built the entire thing. Obviously, the car looks insanely cool. Just like pretty much every single hypercar that is in the game right now, it is a rear engine vehicle. So if you want to take a look, that's basically what it looks like. Let's go ahead and start this up so you guys can hear what that sounds like. All right, moment of truth here. Okay, it sounds exactly like what I expected it to sound like. All right, so now let's take a look at what the top speed is for this, as well as obviously the acceleration. One thing that I have noticed about the new vehicles for this update is that a lot of them flip over extremely easily, but then at the same time, there is a lot of different cars that kind of feel like they're stuck to the ground. The Sport Coupe actually being one of those, and this one actually feels the same exact way. Seems pretty good. Obviously, it's more of a sports vehicle, so it makes a lot of sense. Oh, look! We got an airplane event happening. Yo! Now, according to this, there should be some pretty interesting loot here. So, I don't know if we're going to have it. Let's take a quick look here. Ow, that just did damage to me. Okay, so the plane fell out of the sky, but there was no loot here. We got to go because there's a meteor shower now. Now, we're going to travel to about 1,200 meters, and then I'm going to check the gas to see what it's at right now. I'm going to assume that the downfall of this vehicle is the amount of fuel that it wastes, as well as obviously the water. But let's see, we're at 1,400 meters right now. Let's take a look and see. So yeah, oil, we're at 2.3 liters, and water, we're already at 2.5. Also, fuel, 0.4 in only 1,400 meters. This car is not really all that great in my opinion. It handles very well, but for the amount of resources that you're going to have to rack up in order to actually get this running in the long term, I just don't think that it's worth it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next vehicle. All right, next vehicle on the list is the Sport Coupe. This one is obtained from the skin crate. I believe it's like a 0.3% drop chance. Again, if you've been watching my videos for the last 2 days in the test server, I've been pretty much using this, and there kind of is one downfall right off the bat about this vehicle. I don't know if it's been fixed now in the live servers, but because the car is so low, unfortunately, when you make it to about 5,000 meters, which is the area where you have to park your car onto the bridge and then put fuel in it and move it across to the other side, it actually doesn't clear the tiny little gap that's there. So unfortunately, you aren't able to move on past the 5,000 meter. Either way, just like the other ones, this is a rear engine vehicle. Let's go ahead and start it up so you guys can hear it. Now, I'm gonna be honest, man, a lot of these cars actually reuse the same sound, but regardless, I still like to show it to you guys. And honestly, I still have the same exact issues that I had with it last time when I showed you guys. Acceleration, very, very slow. Top end speed is actually really well. Obviously, it isn't insanely fast, but it definitely gets the job done. And on top of that, it's really good on water, really good on oil, as well as really good in fuel. And so far, out of all of the new vehicles that I've tried, this one is by far the best one when it comes to handling. Now, keep in mind, I haven't actually tried the Apex car, which we're going to be trying it together for the very first time. So maybe it beats it, but so far, this is my favorite one. The only issue that I have is that one tiny problem that it has with the bridge, where I guess it could be an easy solution with either making the bridge gap a little bit smaller or by just lifting the car a little bit more. Either way, nothing too crazy. We made it to about 2,000 meters and it seems like we just went ahead and ran out of oil, which actually, no, it isn't the oil. What is it? I think it's the fuel. Oh, it's because I left the gas cap open and we kind of tilted sideways there. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. 2,000 meters is still 2.1 liters of oil, as well as 3.3 liters of water. This car is really good. The gas running out is actually a mistake that I made. Technically, we would have continued going for, I think it's like 4,000 meters. It's actually something really insane, the number for sure. Because I remember testing this multiple times inside of the test server. And yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just hyping this car up way too much right now, but it's actually really, really good. Let's move on to the next one. All right, next one is probably the one that a lot of people have been wanting to see, which is the Apex Racer. This is the rarest item that you can get, I believe, or the second rarest from inside of the car spin, which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's definitely the second rarest because the rarest is definitely the helicopter. This one is completely enclosed, unlike pretty much every single one of the convertibles that we've been getting. Let's listen really quickly to see what this sounds like. So yeah, it looks like it has the same exact sound as pretty much all of the other hypercars. But already, the first thing that I'm noticing is that this thing is insanely fast, dude. Which honestly, that just leads me to believe that this is going to last literally no time. If the Phantom was wasting gas super fast, then this one is going to be 10 times faster. It looks like down there, we're topping out at 207 kilometers per hour. I'm pretty much just going to push this until the car turns off. So let's see what happens and how far we make it. I will say, handling-wise, it feels really nice. Very similar to the Sport Coupe. Dude, this might actually be better than the Sport Coupe. We're 2,200 meters in, and it's still going, bro. It is literally still going. No water added, no oil added. I'm kind of curious. We're going to stop here. 2,600 meters, basically. I'm going to let it roll over. There we go. How much fuel is left? Okay, so we literally just ran out of fuel right now. Oil, we're looking at 2.1 liters. And for the water, 2.6 liters. Dude, it only used half of these resources. And honestly, I can get myself a second tank of gas in the spawn, which means that I can make it all the way to 5,000 meters, no problem whatsoever, without ever stopping a single time while using the Apex Racer. This one is definitely number one on my list right now. And honestly, I don't think anything else is going to top it besides maybe the helicopter, because I promise it only goes downhill from here. Let's move on to the next one, which I'm really not excited about. All right, so if you didn't guess it already, we are going to be testing out the Royal Rover. This is kind of like supposed to be the pinnacle moment, considering you have to complete the entire season pass 5 times in order to get your hands on this vehicle. And we're already starting off rough because it doesn't even spawn in with a gas tank. I had to walk all the way back to the starter home just to grab the gas tank from there because, I don't know, this car is just really bugged all around. Now, unlike every single other vehicle, this is a front engine bay vehicle with a lot of extra room in the front. If we go ahead and start this up, you can hear that it sounds probably just like all of the other vehicles. Now, I don't really think I need to mention what the biggest flaw about this vehicle is, because I'm going to be honest, at first when I drove it, I thought it was actually pretty decent. It kind of felt like the van. The only difference was that we were going insanely fast in this. As you notice right now, we're kind of flying. But if you notice, when I go left and right, the car tends to do something. You know, it wobbles a lot, especially the fact that we're going 137 kilometers per hour right now. So if I was to say, you know what, let's do like a nice little sharp turn. Oh, look, we got to go there. No, we're not going to go there because it flips over so easily. And then the worst part about it all is that because it's so flat on the roof, unless you have something attached to the roof, there's just no way you're going to flip this over. Like, good luck. I literally tried this for hours inside of the test server, and even still with something attached to the roof, I was still struggling to get this over. Don't get me wrong, man, I get it. It's kind of like a wagon shape, or I guess sort of like a Jeep shape, so they're prone to flip over very easily, even in real life. But man, it was just really disappointing, and I also just got hit by a meteor. Don't recommend the Royal Rover. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next one here on the list is the Wagon. I'm going to be completely honest, I have no idea how to unlock this. I've also sort of asked around, and it seems like people just kind of have this pop up in their storage. I don't really know. Even inside of the test server, it also popped up in our inventory. So if you happen to know how to get the Wagon, maybe it's like in page 3 or 4 of the season pass, and I just don't remember. Let us know in the comments. I'll see if I spot it and I pin it. But let's listen here really quickly on the startup. Is it going to sound the same? And yeah, it sounds the exact same as the Wagon, or I guess the Royal Rover. I keep calling it a G-Wagon. Now, honestly, I don't really have too much to say about this one, mainly because I rarely even use this vehicle during testing. So we're kind of going to experience this here together right now. Acceleration, kind of slow, but definitely not as bad as the Sport Coupe. It's a lot quicker getting to that top end speed. And it looks like we're maxing out at 109 kilometers. So that is also better than a lot of the cars that we just tested, which were considered kind of like hypercars. Handling, it also has that really aggressive wobble. Let's see if we do a nice little turn here. Yep. I mean, I'm going to be honest, man, this is kind of like a common issue that a lot of them have, especially if they aren't like hugging the ground. I probably should have turned the car off. And again, man, just like the Rover, would not recommend this one, even though technically I have no idea how to even get this vehicle. It's just impossible to flip over no matter what you do, unless you have something on the roof. Either way, let's move on to the final vehicle, which a lot of you are probably actively trying to get your hands on this as I'm talking about it. So let's waste no more time and get over to that one. All right, so in theory, the next vehicle that I should show you guys is the Stinger, but honestly, a lot of you have this because pretty much everyone was rewarded this due to the fact that Roblox crashed while the update was going live. So again, whether you were there or you weren't, this was pretty much handed out to every single player that's been online pretty much within the last couple of hours. I didn't get to use this very much, but the little bit that I did use it, it had decent handling. I believe I flipped it over. And if I remember correctly, it was also using an insane amount of fuel. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Stinger. What I really want to jump into right now is the helicopter, dude. I'm so excited for this. Now, as I'm sure you guessed, it spawns instantly over here on the helicopter pad. No fuel tank around here and no building whatsoever. It automatically comes fully built. So for this, we will unfortunately have to go back to the main area, grab the tank from there. Then we come over here to the side. It can hold a total of 60 liters. And honestly, dude, this is just like a cheat code to get to the end. Unless they made like super crazy changes to how much fuel it uses. I believe in one full tank of gas, we can make it close to like 10,000 meters. Either way, let's go ahead and appreciate this moment here. We're going to start this up. Helicopter starts winding up here. And then once the audio switches over, right there, we should be able now to just go straight up. And oh, dude, this is really fast now. What? All right, so I guess the real test here is to kind of just push this to see how far we can make it in 9 liters of gas. That'll pretty much determine whether this is OP or not. All right, so we're currently at 1,300 meters, 14% left of fuel. I don't know, man. If this makes it all the way to 2,000 meters, I think that's pretty worth it, to be honest. And I mean, considering we're literally about to make it to 2,000 and we only dropped 1%, this is kind of OP, man. I'm not gonna lie. I believe the helicopter is still performing the exact same as how it was inside of the test server, which if that is the case, off of 9 liters, we should be able to make it to about 10,000, maybe even 15,000 meters, which I know kind of sounds insane, but this thing is just that OP, dude. Quick update, we're still at 13% fuel, 3,000 meters in. We're gonna make it to the first landmark, and I think we're pretty much gonna call it there because I think it's pretty safe to say that you need to get your hands on the helicopter. I know it's easier said than done, considering it's kind of paywalled, but Jandel did say that if we hit 500,000 players on the game during the update, we're going to be getting a 2-seater helicopter quest. And I don't know, man, the game basically hit 600,000 players. So it's possible that you guys are going to be getting your hands on a helicopter regardless whether you spend Robux or not. But I'll definitely keep you guys updated on the videos, any information that we get about that, and when we're going to be getting it. All right, so there we go. We got ourselves the badge. You visited the river, 5,000 meters, and we still have 11% fuel. Dude, the helicopter is actually insane, bro. Now, obviously, if I was in a car, I would need to go ahead and kind of do this entire sequence. But because I'm in a helicopter, I can just skip that, go right over it. And that's it, man. We are still on the move. I'm going to basically stop right here just so we take a look really quick. Still 7 liters of gas left. And 5,000 meters ago, we only put 2 extra liters. Dude, I'm definitely really curious to read the comments on this video because I want to see how people feel about the helicopter. I'll more than likely be in some public servers for the next couple of hours. So if you guys want to go ahead and join me, you can. I'll make sure to have the helicopter available so other people can go ahead and try it. But I think we're going to end off the video right here. That is every single one of the brand new vehicles that were added for this update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. We got some more Dusty Trip videos, and we also have a lot of other landmarks to check out. So make sure that you guys turn notifications so you do not miss once I cover them. That's going to do it for this one. Like always, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.